Together we are, but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods, we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand, this is a safe place to land. Please understand, you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
Hey, everybody. Making sure my mic's on. How's everybody doing tonight? It's good to see you. I see we have a few people coming in. Absolutely love it. I was going to check over here with the chat just a little bit. I see that Marilee's here. Good to see you. Oh, Goot's here, and he has a nice, cold, crispy pickle. I'm assuming that that is in reference to the title of the live. That's always nice. I don't know, does anybody else do the whole, hide the pickle thing on their Christmas tree? I don't know. I'm wondering if that's just a Southern thing. See, a lot of things, like, I just think that it's what everybody does, and then I find out over time that the rest of y'all don't do these weird things that we do. It's just something we do here. So tonight's we're gonna share a little bit about our Southern traditions, but I do wanna hear about all of your traditions, and I know that some of you are from the South, and I am not from the, like, deep South, so I know that the further south you go, they change, because Tulsa's like, it depends on who you talk to. They say that Tulsa is the northernmost southern city or the southernmost northern city, depending on if somebody wants to be southern or wants to be northern. So, I don't I would really rather be in California or Georgia, so or Canada. So, I guess I'd rather be northern if I was in, Canada or even California. So, anyway, let's see here. Marilee Goot Incarnasol is here. So glad to see you, sir. I truly am. Conversations with Christy is here. She's cooking dinner. I was lazy today. I had a doctor's appointment and everything, and everything's great. And anyway, so we stopped for a late lunch, my daughter and I, and the place that we stopped at, they have this um jalapeno chicken that my husband is crazy about. And so I was sitting there and I thought, cook, buy him chicken now. Cook, buy him chicken now. So let's just say I'm not cooking. Yeah. So and then it was cute because he called and he's like, do I need to pick up something for dinner? And I said, no, but can you go by the grocery store so I don't have to tomorrow? He's like, yeah. So he's doing that. Anyway, back to the chat. So I hope everybody's doing good. I really do. Yeah, I'm having a really good week. I'm having fun with this whole Vlogmas, and again, I'm gonna just say it for anybody that's new or, not necessarily new to the channel, but doesn't is like, "What the hell is Vlogmas?" It's just something that some of the YouTube creators get together and do, not together necessarily, but they a lot of YouTube creators do it, and it is December 1st through the 25th. Some stop on the 24th, some go all the way to New Year's Eve, and they just pledge to do some kind of a Christmas themed show every day for that long. And it can be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, it doesn't matter. And so there's no rules as to, what they have to do or for how long they have to do it or whatever. It's just supposed to be Christmas themed. So I made up a list to make sure I thought that I had enough things that I could stay busy with, and I did. And then lo and behold, I keep adding more to it. So yeah, some days we're gonna have our regular Vlogmas, and then we will have what I call regular programming, like the regular kind of videos that we do. So the times of the Vlogmas will kind of dance around a little all month. Sometime like they'll be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes they'll be at 6:30. Sometimes they might be at 8. But generally they're going to be at 6:30 or occasionally at 2. So it makes it easier. But I'm just gonna have to kinda maneuver things around depending on doctor's appointments and, everything else, and so that's just how that goes. Hey, Indigo, good to see you. I did get a hold of her, and, she's going to be on live next week. Yeah, I wondered about this. I was gonna look it up, and I didn't do it. But I think hide the pickle maybe originated during the Civil War, possibly done as a sales technique by a traveling salesman. Very possible. Very, very possible. So let's see here. Marilee's never heard of it. Indigo says, "Oh, y'all are in vertical. I was wondering why I was all by myself." Yeah, that's another thing. StreamYard has started uh, streaming both in vertical and horizontal, or however they call that, whatever they call it. But yeah, I think that they're trying to help us because this is kind of a slow time of the year for YouTube, and I think that they're kinda trying to help us, maybe reach some new viewers, and I've liked it so far. I still record. Well, I guess I'm kinda recording in both because I can see my face twice as if once wasn't enough. Oh, y'all know I look everywhere but where I'm supposed to be looking because I cannot stand to look at myself, just, like, staring at myself, it just feels weird. Now there's 2 of me, I need to just click that one off so I can go back to 1, but or cover up, right? I should put, like, a little sheet of paper and tape it to cover the the screen where I won't see myself. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Indigo or Incarnasoul says, "Indigo strange to be alone in the wide format." Yeah, it is weird when you feel alone in one or the other. I've done that too. I'm like, "Why is not anybody here?" And then I'm like, "Oh, they're over on the other one." Mm. Mare, I swear you are gonna be the death of all of us. Messed up her night meds last night, so I've had a supremely lazy day. Oh, girl, what are we gonna do with you? We need to get you one of those deals that say, day and night, and, so you're not taking them out of the bottles, you're taking them out of a little deal. Hey, Heat, good to see you. Really good to see you. I'm gonna get with you about a show next week too. So, okay. Healing through song. He's still working, but wanted to send some love to the gang. Oh, we send love to you too, and please don't be working too late and be careful on your drive home. So, hey, Awakened, good to see you. M Misha. See, I'm trying to get it right. I always stop and think. Now if I could just remember say or sigh, I'd be good. I think it's say. Pretty sure, but the minute that I think it's one, I hear somebody else say the other, and then I think, "Oh, man, I am wrong again." So, good to see everybody. There's quite a few people coming in right now. Aw. B's here, good to see you. Absolutely. I'm just popping down through here trying to make sure I haven't missed anybody. I don't know. John's like, "Who's a good girl?" I'm like, "I don't know, kinda sounds a little" uh, I won't kink shame him. Just kidding. So, yeah, alright, I don't know if y'all have known if you've noticed or not, but I'm from the South. I'm an old Southern woman, y'all, with my weird traditions and my weird accent that gets worse if I talk to anybody else that's Southern. And I get in trouble because I was talking to my daughter about this today because I've really been like working on trying to lose my accent because I don't want to just be like a cartoon character type thing, you know. So I've been working on losing it, but then I get in trouble. People are like, "You stop it, don't you lose your accent." So I don't know. I never would have dreamed in my life that I would have a Southern accent because oh, you thought I was from Wales? This whole time I tricked you. Absolutely, indigo. I'm pretty good about that. Hey, every once in a while, I can't do it on demand, but every once in a while I do break into a British accent just for shits and giggles, you know? But so anyway, yeah. So I've just about decided that how I talk is how I talk. And I guess if people like it, good. And if they don't, bad. But oh well. I don't care. Not really. But I do wish I didn't have the accent. When I lived in California, I told my parents when we were moving here, I said, I'm not going to get an accent and I will never, ever say y'all. And I remember the first time I said it because I was just like, I like stopped mid sentence and was like, oh my god, and my mom just cracked up. But do you know now that a lot of my friends in California that I mean, I've known since, like, I don't know, 2nd grade or something? They maybe 3rd, I don't know. I mean, that was a long time ago, y'all. That was a long time ago. But now they talk about like I do. They say "y'all" and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, "You didn't do that when we were in school, because I was dead set against doing it." Yeah, it's a cartoon character. Yeah, if they don't, who cares? I know. I've never really had anybody complain about it, but I have had people that act like I'm stupid because of it, and I'm like, "I'm not, like, a genius by any stretch, but I'm not stupid." I mean, I'm pretty educated, and I have a hard time pronouncing words, which Ben loves to tease me about, but I do, but, I had, like, a little bit of speech issues when I was a kid. I couldn't say S's, which was a big problem with Susie as a name, and finally got to where I could say those, but there was other things that I couldn't say right, so just the fact that I can talk at all, I'm pretty proud of, but yeah, there's a lot I can't pronounce, and especially a lot of, like, the foreign names and stuff, like, I might absolutely know how to pronounce it, like, what it should sound like, but I can't do it for some reason, so hey, Darcy, good to see you too. So, anyway, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I, uh and I don't want y'all just to sit there and listen to me yap. I want you to tell me about yours too. I'm doing this into some questions so that you'll have, some kind of idea what to ask. But I do, before I get started, want to explain this hide the pickle thing a little bit. And this is my pickle ornament. Okay. It's, they're usually glass or something. And Anyway, you hide this pickle in the Christmas tree. Now, you're not gonna put it, right up on in the front where everybody's gonna notice it right off. You wanna kinda be a little strategic. Maybe hide it on the a little bit towards the back of the tree or hide it, deep in the tree, something like that. Anyway, you hide it and, uh, whoever finds it says that they get good luck or they'll get, what they wanted for Christmas, and we always just say they get good luck for the whole next year. And so but anyway, I'm tricking my family this year. I have 2 pickles because I couldn't find the pickle, and I thought, "Well, I guess I've lost it." So I went and bought another one, and, then I found the one. So, anyway, yeah, so we now have 2 pickles. And I know some people will actually, like, hide money in the pickle or something, and then so, like, whoever finds it, they get whatever you put in it. Could be $5, $20, $100, whatever. But I don't do that because they're made of glass and you have to get tweezers or something to pull that money out, and I don't wanna have to keep replacing the pickle because somebody broke it every year. So, anyway, or now pickles because I now have 2, like last night with the elves. If one is good, right, then 10 is better. I should just decorate my whole tree with pickles, and then everybody could have good luck. So but y'all will have to tell me if you have any, like, strange ornaments that you put on the tree or just, like, like oh, I've been talking a lot today, and so my throat's a little sore. Like, I have ornaments with everybody's name on them. Do y'all do that? Like, if somebody joins the family, then we put an ornament with their name on it. I, uh, I we've had to, add a couple lately because I have a new not new, but I have a, great-grandson, and, of course, my granddaughter got married, and so we had to add them, and, yeah, and our son had a baby in Germany, so it's like, you know, we had to add a few, but we're adding them. I think I'm gonna after Christmas this year, they're just, like, clear glass ornaments, and I put, like, confetti and stuff in them to make them silver confetti stuff in them to make them pretty and have their name on it. Well, I think this year when Christmas is over, like, I'm gonna like, between Christmas and New Year when we're just being lazy, I think I'm gonna take and, like, really glitter up the names. Like, I bought some glitter pens, and I think I'm gonna, like, really make the names pretty and everything. Right now, they're just kind of, just painted on there. So, I think I'm gonna try to make it a little bit nicer. So, let me see. I saw a comment. Do oh boy, Book de Floyd, which started in WW2 in Finland because books weren't rationed. So they would gift a book to be opened and read on Christmas Eve. Aw, that's so cool. I like that. I send books to friends from my collection that I won't keep or reread. That's cool. I like that. I really do. I can't see what that says, but I can't see the name. My eyes are Claudio, is that it? For a minute, I thought it was Claudia, and I thought, "Well, that's my aunt," but I guess not, it's Claudio. My eyes, I just had eye surgery, and we've been having a little bit of trouble getting them to heal right because of some other medical stuff that I have that's just, giving me a little bit of trouble, so not to go on and on about this stuff, but I can actually see without the glasses, but by this time at night, if I've read a lot or anything like that, then I'm doing this whole bit trying to see what it says. So Marilee says, "My sister was a librarian. She sends our grandkids books for Christmas." I am a big proponent of books for Christmas, birthdays, everything. When we buy gifts for the grandkids and for our kids and their spouses, we buy the whole, something they need, something they want, something they'll wear, and something they'll read. I don't think that was I think it's supposed to be something they want, something they need, something to wear, something to read, that kind of anyway, those 4 gifts. And so I always have the most fun with hey, Just Tiff, good to see you. With the reading part, because I love it that my all my grandkids love it, that they get books, and my daughter today, she was saying, "My whole list could just be books." So, she might get fooled if she puts a lot of books on the list, maybe she'll just get a whole bunch of books. So, anyway, yeah, she's Megan, the one I'm talking about. She's Betta's mom, the one that lives they live next door to us, and, anyway, she's gonna come on the show some this month with me for Vlogmas, so I'm excited about that. Alright, let's get started, and I will come back to chat, I promise. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about as far as Southern traditions and everywhere else are, like, the food differences, like, what do you serve for Christmas dinner? Or, do you have a Christmas breakfast or brunch or, lunch or what do you all have for Christmas? And I really started thinking about ours and people here in the South that I know of and what they have. And I wondered too, do you call it dressing or stuffing? Or do you even know what I'm talking about? Because some people are like, "What?" But, I wondered about that. Do other people call it dressing or stuffing? Now, I've heard it both. I usually call it dressing. I think stuffing is for if you stuff it in the bird, but oddly, it's the same thing. But I don't stuff my turkey. I cook the dressing separately. My mom did, my grandma did. All of us have just always done it. And anyway, that's just what we do. So I'm interested. So I'm really interested in that. I'm really interested in first of all, what do you have for those meals and how do you do it? Like so here, we either generally have ham or turkey or brisket. And if you don't know what that is, it's a really kind of a honestly kind of a tough cut of beef. But if you smoke it or cook it on low, low heat, low and slow, y'all, low and slow. But usually it's smoked here, then it gets just really tender. But if you try to rush it, it's not at all. But yeah, a lot of people will use it to make like corned beef. They'll use a brisket to do that. And so, I don't know. What is that? Oh, a fly. I was like, "What in the heck is that?" It looked weird, but it was on the other side of a cord, so all I was seeing was, like, little just the legs. So, yeah, and so we usually have ham, turkey, or brisket, but there are other things that we will have, but the biggest discussion, in the South is if you're having turkey is if you're baking it in the oven or if you're frying it. So, had any of you all ever heard of fried turkey? Yeah, literally fried. I don't know if you know what it is, but they usually do it outside because it's way dangerous, okay? And there's a lot of injuries every year from people frying turkeys, but they still do it all the time, and it's good, but I don't know, it's like, I guess that it cooks it so fast that it doesn't have a chance to really get dry, so I like it, but with mine, the way that I baste my turkey and keep it covered with foil and stuff. Mine's never dry, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you just take this turkey and you've got it like on a hook, right? And you just dip it down into this big, deep thing, pot of hot boiling oil. And I don't know, it takes a few minutes. I mean, it's pretty quick, but it fries the turkey and the skin on the outside is, real crispy and everything, and then the bird is usually pretty tender. And I noticed that there was another thing that kept coming up when I was talking to my Southern friends about things that we have that maybe the rest of the world doesn't, and that is something called ambrosia salad. Now, I don't personally like it, and I don't even really know. I know that it's got like fruit in it, like fruit cocktail or something, and I just know it's green and it's got like whipped cream and I don't know what all, but I don't do it. I don't do that. I also don't do the pear, like a can of pears, and you take a pear half and put a piece of lettuce down, put the pear half on it, and put cottage cheese on in it, and a cherry on top. I don't do that either. So, but those are very Southern dishes, but man, my throat. I'm sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Let me see. Oops. Christmas Eve, we do Feast of the 7 Fishes, which is really any 7 different fish, okay? Although we sneak a couple in, like crab meat. Yeah, so not a ton. And anchovies and clams into a sauce for pasta. Oh, yum. Yeah. Yeah, now see, I could go for that. My friends in Georgia, they do basically a seafood feast for Christmas. It's honestly basically like you would see like a seafood boil with the or a shrimp boil, and, and I'm really stressing the boil, trying to say it like instead of shrimp bowl. But anyway, it's like the shrimp and the crab and mussels and I mean, whatever, whatever. Uh, crawfish, all that, and potatoes and sausages and corn, like corn on the cob and all that, and you put it and you boil it with this Cajun seasoning. And then when you're done, you drain the water off of it, and then you just, like, pour it out on the table on like, butcher paper or something to kinda, keep the water from it from getting all over the wood. A lot of times they do it outside though, because I mean, it's pretty warm a lot of times in Savannah, and they will just do that. I mean, one good thing about it is the cleanup's great because you can just kinda sit around the table and eat it, and they'll have, like, trash cans sitting around. They even have, like, holes in the tables and the trash can, like, in the middle, the trash cans are under there, and you could just throw your trash in there as you go. I mean, there's something to be said for the whole meal being in one pan and using paper plates and stuff and not having all that cleanup. So there is definitely something being said for that. And I love that kind of food. We eat that all the time when we go there. But well, I take that back. I started to say we've never done that for Christmas, but we did one year. Yeah, we did it one year. I had all the seafood and everything overnighted to me in from Savannah and cooked it the next day, cooked it on Christmas, and we had that. But my family's favorite is Mexican. We do Mexican food a lot on Christmas. Different kinds of tacos. This year we're gonna have a taco bar with different kinds of tacos, chicken tacos, uh, turkey tacos, regular tacos, soft tacos, crispy tacos, all the stuff to go on it. We're gonna have it all, and you just make it like a taco bar. You just have everything set up, and people just go fix what they want, and we're gonna do that, and I think it's gonna be cool. You can which is so nice because a lot of that you can cook the meats and everything and have it in crock pots, and, I'm from the South. I have, like, 5 crock pots, and I'm behind. I'm about 3 behind most of my family, so, yeah, I don't know. Even my daughter, who's younger than me, she's got, I don't know, 3 or 4 probably. It's crazy. We are big on crock pots. But, yeah, but even if people don't have a full-on Mexican for Christmas, people in the South love tamales, and it does not matter if they're having turkey, if they're having ham, if they're having a goose, a duck, I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they're having. If it's Christmas, they got tamales right along besides the mashed potatoes and gravy and the dressing and the green bean casserole and whatever else they want, they're gonna have tamales. And a lot of them will have oysters on the half shell, especially the farther down south they get. So, ooh, Marilee is eating enchiladas right now. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I am missing some of these. This is getting me hungry. I bet, Steve, I do. daughter-in-law is Norwegian background, so they do is it lutefisk fish in I don't know. I have heard some stuff about some of those Norwegian things, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm really weird about food, but I could do, like, fish. I mean, I have not ever had, oh, the word just went out of my head. Okay, that's good. I've never had, like, escargot, never had it. I wanna try that. I've never had what's the other one that's the fish eggs, that one. I've never had that except for the teeny tiny little ones that you'll get in some of the higher end sushi places and stuff, and you'll get them there, and I've had that, but I wanna try that too. So, I don't know why. I've been telling my daughter all day, "My brain is not braining." Okay? That is not braining. Ooh. Oh, really? Keep my shorts says, "Hit the right button, Susie." I love this baked spinach dip that my mom makes. I wanna hear about that one. You might have to let me know what that's about because I love spinach, and I'm envisioning it being like a almost like a creamed spinach or something, and I love that. I used to go to Indian restaurants all the time, and they would have this creamed spinach, and you would eat it with that bread that I can't remember what they call it, but it looks like a flour tortilla, and you just scoop it up and eat it. Oh my god. It is and, like, spinach dip and stuff like that. I'm big on anything spinach. Yeah, Marilee says that that fish is something she will never try. I don't Well, if you're not trying it, I'm not either. I don't feel bad anymore. So, yeah, y'all continue, like, put in there and let me know, what do you all eat? Now, I will tell you what reigns supreme in the South. If I had to pick one food that I can just about guarantee you is somewhere on every Southern table, there's one thing. It's actually an ingredient, but no, it's not butter. It's cream cheese. I don't know about the rest of y'all. There's a gnat flying around here. But in the South, we eat cream cheese. We eat cream cheese on everything. I make pinwheels. I have cream cheese with ham and cheese. And I used to put green onions in it, but my daughter's allergic to onions, so I don't do that anymore. But I'll put a little bit of black olives and green olives. Sometimes I'll put, um, green chilies, and you just smush all that up and then spread it out on a tortilla and then roll them up and cut them and they look like little pinwheels. I also make with just about all the same ingredients, a cheese ball, and so I mix all that up, make it into a ball, and then you can put nuts around it, but Mark doesn't like nuts, so not on stuff. He likes to just eat nuts, but he doesn't like nuts in things. So instead of that, I just chop up ham really, really small and put ham all around it and make it look a little prettier. And but yeah, cream cheese, everything. All of our dips have cream cheese. I mean, if there is one, yes, yes. Thank you, Marilee. But if there's one food that I mean, the grocery stores here will stock huge mounds of cream cheese of all things. And you can't eat very much of it. It's really rich, but you better have it. If I don't make all that stuff, then my nephews, they come in here and they're like, "Do you not love me anymore?" And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "There's no cheese ball. There's no there's no pinwheels." Here's another one that we'll make. You can buy, like, the sliced ham, and I don't ever buy that, like, what they call, like, chopped ham or cooked ham. I'm talking about just, like, regular ham, but thin slice, like, for a sandwich. You take a slice of that, you smooth on some spreadable cream cheese. I mean, and it's really good if, like, you get the one with chives in it, and Mark likes the one that has, like, pineapple, but not for this, but he gets that for his, like, um whatever it is he puts them on. I'm telling you, not braining. But anyway, put that soft cream cheese on it, and then you get a kosher dill pickle and dry it off real good. and you stick that in there, and you roll that ham and cream cheese around and around and around that dill pickle, and then you slice it. You could eat it just slice them pretty thin, and you can, like, eat just that, or you can put them on a cracker. I put them on saltine crackers. So again, cream cheese. I mean, it's like, how who dreams up these things? But everybody loves them here, so I don't know. So, okay, number 2. What are your weather expectations for Christmas? Do you get a white Christmas? Do you live somewhere like Hawaii or something where it's the beach? Are you in Australia where it's really hot at Christmas? Where are you at? And what happens where you're at? Because what happens here is we very rarely ever get a white Christmas. There might be a dusting. What it usually does is it plays with us, and we get a dusting along about the 22nd or 23rd, and then it's just gone before Christmas gets here, and it's bright and sunny and everything else, just enough to give us hope, and we go running to somewhere, Costco or something, and buying some little those toboggan sleds, plastic toboggan sleds for the kids. Because honestly, it's so far in between the next snow that they've, like, even though we're keeping them in a building, they still kinda weather rot and they're cracking and broken and everything. So, yeah, about every 2 years, we go running to get new toboggans, and it doesn't snow. Now, when I was a kid, we just used a cardboard box and either sat in the cardboard box or opened it up and laid on our bellies and scooted down the hills, but yeah, they use, plastic toboggans here. But yeah, we don't ever really get snow. What we do get is tornado warnings. We get a lot of those at Christmas for some reason. I don't know why. And the thing is, it always is like Christmas night. Like, when you're exhausted, the whole Christmas season has wore you out. You have done all the gifts, you have done all the food, the dishes are done, your belly is stuffed with pie, you know, and then along about 8:30 at night when you're really thinking, "If I wasn't so full, I'd crawl my ass to bed," they have a tornado warning every time, it feels like. Now, we never used to do that, but now it does. Or there's an earthquake. We get a lot of those too. Yeah, in Oklahoma. And if we are going to get a cold weather event, it's generally ice. And it generally is enough to knock the electricity out, sometimes for up to 13 days. So, sometimes I'd rather have the tornado warning cuz they last when they last, and hopefully nobody's house gets blown away. Yeah, the 26th is Boxing Day, absolutely. But you're gonna have to tell me all about that because I really don't understand what it is, but I'm interested, very interested. Ooh, indigo, I just saw. Yeah, I loved baked brie, but I stay away from adding nuts because of all the people I know, yeah, allergic to nuts. I like to use rosemary, thyme, marjoram, how do you say that? Anyway, I know what you're talking about. Parsley and dried cranberries or grapes. Oh my god, I love dried cranberries. I do not like raisins, but I will eat my weight in what they call craisins. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. And I love just grapes, but I don't like raisins. So, let's see what else. I live in snow territory, Massachusetts, but it has not been a white Christmas the last couple of years. Really? I'm surprised. I really am. I guess I always think that, like, the East Coast, the upper East Coast, I just always assume that it's just snowing all the time in the winter. So, you know, um, Marilyn Honig's husband, Duncan, he's been building that, um, A-frame, and he'll show pictures of it and everything, and there's so much snow, and I'm just like, "Wow, it's beautiful," but I don't know. And Carnosol says, "We've got a lot of" I love baked brie, y'all. "We've done a lot of baked brie lately. My wife likes nuts and fig preserves." Really? You know, I have a friend that absolutely loves figs, and I don't know if I've other than a fig Newton, I don't know if I've ever had figs. He would just, like, eat them, or will, he's still alive, but anyway, he just eats them like crazy. He's from the Middle East, and I guess they eat a lot of them there. Boxing Day is pretty low key, but it's also our son-in-law's birthday. You got a lot of holiday birthdays, Mary, you really do. 'Cause your daughter and goodness. Awaken says, "I am so far behind now. Mr. Brutus is now grounded for trying to imitate mama using her keyboard." Do you know that my little cat, gets so mad at me? That's better, I can see better now. I clicked off of that other one. Um, Otis gets so mad at me if I'm on my iPad for very long and not paying attention to him, even though I am paying attention to him, but it is never enough, y'all. But anyway, that little turd will scroll. Like, if I'm watching a movie or something, he'll scroll past it, or a video, or just studying something, like reading something, he'll scroll past it, and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." He just he is something else. That little kitten. Oh, wow, 2 grandkids on the 12th as well. My goodness, my goodness. So, yeah, so that covers the weather. I wrote down notes because 'cause I'll forget, y'all, especially when I'm not braining. So what about decorations? Now, I know that a lot of places decorate, and a lot of places have lights and everything, but I'm gonna tell you, in the South, the the decorations, we kinda border, well, not even border. A lot of times, it just goes straight over to gaudy. Like, I mean, seriously, we especially, I mean, inside and outside. I'm gonna take some pictures of my house once I get it finished decorating this weekend, and then I'll show you what mine looks like, which is nothing compared to normal. I am literally only decorating the living room. The other rooms, not decorated. I'm just not feeling it this year. I don't have the energy and the time, I'm not gonna do it. But, yeah, I'm not kidding. Lights all over everything, strung. If it'll hold lights, we've got them. Most people, not me so much, but most people, uh, plug-ins, like, extension cords strung all over the yards, solar lights here, there, and everywhere. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. And then those as if it ain't bad enough, I mean, I'm not kidding. All those big gaudy blow up things, I don't know if everybody's got those, but we do here. Might be a giant Santa Claus. It's like literally taller than your house, or a snowman, or a Grinch, or all of the above. Like, some people have it all. They'll have a Santa and everything on the roof. They'll have a Santa that's falling off their roof. I mean, it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I'm trying to look at my excuse me, at my list to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, nativity scenes. Yes, nativity scenes. There are people around here, like, I know of a few that I mean, there's a lot of nativity scenes of varying sizes and of varying, you know, kinds. But I know of probably 3 or 4 people that have live nativity scenes every night in their yard. Like, they have people and animals. Now, the animals are not biblical. There might be a horse and a goat and that poor dog or something. And I mean, there's just like some people actually lay their baby in that manger. And I'm like, get a doll, y'all. There's a tornado coming. You've got a baby laying in the manger. I don't know. It is crazy. The South, we are like it's all excess. That is one word to describe it. It is very much if one is good, 10 or better, and the more decorating, the better. There are, like, neighborhoods that fight over it. There and I kid you not, y'all. The decorations go up before Halloween. Although now some do actually decorate everything for Halloween. I've got a couple of friends that go completely crazy, and I love it. But they do that, and then the day after Halloween, it all comes down and all the Christmas goes up. But yeah, it is unbelievable. What is this one? I was talking to Bradley, and all of a sudden, Susie's voice was wigging out, and my picture was going crazy. Teach me to leave my keyboard when he's around. Oh boy, I'm kinda scared of what my voice would have sounded like wigging out. Goodness. Is his name Burtis? Burtis? Because we had a Brutus. He was a oh my god, Saint Bernard. My daughter had it actually, but she said today, she said, "I think we're gonna have to get a Saint Bernard puppy again before long," and I'm like, "Yes." Ugh. So yeah, churches, they have nativity scenes, and they'll be real people. Again, the animals are not biblical, y'all, but it's the thought that counts, right? And speaking of churches, again, they have live nativities, they have children's programs. The choir starts practicing way like maybe about Halloween, and that is one thing I miss about church because I love all those, Christmas hymns and stuff, and so I do miss that, and so I just drive Mark nuts. I just, like, if we go to town, I just sing them at the top of my lungs over in the car all the way to town, and he's just like, "Oh god." Yeah. He's teased me before and said that he's going to, hit live on my YouTube channel, and I won't even know it, and I'll just be sitting there singing and acting like a complete crazy person in the car, and you all will get to see that. And so, if you see that, we're just gonna pretend you didn't, okay? We're just gonna pretend you didn't, and I will get that deleted as quickly as possible. So, we have candlelight services here. My, some of my in-laws are Catholic, so they go to midnight mass. I think that would be so amazing. The church that I used to go to had, midnight services the last couple of years, and I've been tempted, but I still can't make myself go back there. I'm it you know, I don't know. It's just too much for me, so I don't think I will. But yeah, Christmas Eve services happen, Christmas Day services happen. It's pretty much, services and services and services. Every church, the town that I live near has at least 2 churches, literally, on every corner, and some have 4. And it's not even a big town, but it is every corner has at least 2, and a lot of them are 4. So, the South is big on church. Now, usually there's only 1, if that, uh, Catholic church in a town, unless it's like Tulsa, they've got more than 1, but not a lot. And then, I don't know of any Jewish synagogues or whatever. I don't know of any of those except for in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. I think there's one in Stillwater, I think. Or well, I know there used to be, but I'm not 100% sure that it still is. Because we drove past there the other day and Mark said, "What did that say?" And I told him and he said, "That used to be, the Jewish synagogue." And I was like, "Hmm." So, but yeah, we do not lack for churches in the South. Does not mean that all the Christians that are going to these churches are good Christians, but they sure warm those pews. Absolutely. So, another thing that we have, and I've kind of told this story before, is the odd preacher who likes to announce on the, either the Christmas Eve or the Christmas Day service or both, that there is not a red or a fat man in a red suit. And I think that that sucks because I think that is absolutely up to each family and absolutely to the parents on how they handle that. Um, so what I started doing when I was a secretary the last year, so it was 2 nights, 2 well, it was Christmas Eve and, I think Christmas was on Sunday, so it was Saturday night and then Sunday morning and night. And, so when it came to the part of the sermon that I knew he was getting ready to say it, I cut his mic. I mean, he could still be heard, but not near as good. And people were more, like, wondering like this, "What happened to the mic?" That they weren't really listening to what he said, and then I just flipped it back on and he was kinda dumb. He didn't even know, I don't think. No, he knew, especially the second time. So, but I wrote his sermon, y'all. I mean, I wrote his notes, so I know at what point he was gonna fill that in. So, yeah, I wasn't having it. Alright, and the last question for tonight is, what about gift giving? I don't wanna know about, like, the normal stuff, like, you know, I wanna know, like, what do you do any kinda weird stuff? Do you do gag gifts? Do you do what we call white elephant or dirty Santa? Do you do, secret Santa? All that kinda stuff. I wanna know that. Does anybody do any of that? And what are your favorite things to do? Have you ever got anything that was, a little sketchy there? I'm always I tell you what I do. We take Mark's family does Dirty Santa. So we each take a bag, and I get, like, a big Christmas bag, 2 of them, and I go on Temu, and I go find the weirdest stuff that I can find, like and they are the hit. I'm telling you, people will, like, argue for them. 'Em. They'll be trying to grab them. Not all the time. Sometimes, I mean, like, the women are like, "Ugh," but the teenagers well, I call them teenagers. I don't think any of them's a teenager anymore. Trying to think. Oh god, no. I think the youngest one is, like, in his mid-20s or something. God, I'm old. Anyway, like, I bought a pair of these, like, feet, like, you put these, like, slippers on, but they're these big, ugly looking feet. I'll buy stuff that makes jokes about weed or something 'cause, um, several of us partake, and one of the nieces and her boyfriend runs a dispensary, and she works there, so those always go over good. We'll have little things that joke about weed. Uh, I don't know, I try to find the stuff that's almost off color or maybe it is a little off color, and one time I put a calendar in there that was nothing but dogs pooping. I just find the absolute weirdest stuff and send it and I don't mind getting that. Yeah! No joke, Misha. Yeah. Me listening to Susie describe where I live, food, weather, exuberant decorations, truth. See? She knows. I'm not lying. Oh, yeah? Ben, they used to give each other plastic male appendages? Yeah. Yeah. That would be fun. Aw. So it is Brutus. He's 100+ pound bully and best friend. I know. I'm still so behind. You're fine. You're fine. But yeah, well, my bully is probably right at 100 pounds, and she's a English bulldog, and she's laying here snoring. So I'm not kidding y'all. She can be outside in the bedroom. She can be anywhere. Doesn't matter if I'm filming here in the living room or if I'm filming in the office. When she hears the music come on, she, like, comes running, and I mean, you should see her burst through the doggy door. It's hilarious because she barely fits. Her name's Poppy. But anyway, She has to be in here and lays right there beside me. She did it in the office too. Every time I do a live, she's right there, right with me. So, and then now the cat keeps wanting to sit on my feet, which means he sits on one and bites the other toes. So, anyway, yeah, so we do the what we they called it white elephant and then they did it dirty Santa, but yeah, I always try to have the gifts that's like I always am like, I don't know, like that they're trying to get rid of. They're either trying to get rid of it or trying to get it because they either think, "Ooh, how gross," or "Wow, I need that," you know? So that's what I try to do. I think this year I'm gonna do one that's like something, fairly nice, like off the wall, but something that, that could be useful to most people. And then the other one just be completely absurd stuff. I don't know. But his mom's always like, "Well, if you've got something at the house that you just wanna get rid of, just put it in a bag and bring it." And I'm like, Bullshit. I'm selling that stuff if I don't want it and wanna get rid of it. I'm selling it." I've been doing this auction, y'all. I have a side a side hustle. I'm doing this online auction every weekend, and I've been making anywhere from 2 to $400 a week just selling off stuff that I'm sick of. So, yeah, and we got a storage building out there I can do next. So, anywhere. So, so really, honestly, no matter where you're from, I want you to know that your traditions matter. No matter how silly they are, no matter how weird or whatever, they matter. And so, you know, be proud of those traditions. Like even the silly ones. Be proud of them. And share those with your family and share them with your friends and put them in the comment section after the video because I would just love to hear them. We don't do that enough. We don't share. We don't sit around with neighbors and have a cup of coffee like people used to do, sit on the front porch or whatever. We don't have people over for dessert or even over for dinner. People don't do that as much anymore. And so if you have traditions, please be proud of them. Mark's coming in. And share them. Share them here, share them with everybody, and share them with your kids. Make sure they pass them on because that is our responsibility. It really is. We have to if we don't get them to do it, they're not going to. Okay, what is Ben up to? Ben says, "Had a grandmother that would give completely rando stuff. Like one year I got lava rock. Didn't even have a grill." Well, maybe that was her variation of coal. And maybe she thought you deserved coal. Ah, goodness. Yeah, they are our co-hosts. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what those dogs are. I was tempted to buy windshield wipers for a Ford Focus and send them to her even though she didn't drive. Oh. Well, my husband one time, he had a brother-in-law and he didn't really care for him. He's no longer in the family. In fact, he's died sadly from that Lou Gehrig's disease, which I wouldn't wish that on even him. Um, but he said he wanted some green hose, meaning that he wanted green garden hose. Well, Mark went and bought him some green pantyhose. Oh, I'm telling you. He better never do that to me. I would have to hurt him. Yeah, yeah. Coal is more expensive, so she got him some lava rock. Isn't that right, Mare? Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, 11 people watching it and 11 likes. Cool. It shows me I have 12. So, I don't know. It's been going back and forth. People will come in and go out and come in and go out. So, anyway, I'm gonna have some guests on, uh, tomorrow, so y'all be looking for that. It's gonna be a great show. Christy will be with us and Encarnasoul and Ben and John. And then next week, I've got a couple of different shows where I've got guests on, and I actually wanna talk to Christy about being on one of those too, so she's gonna get sick of me being like, "I need you. I need help." So, but anyway, y'all, yeah, yeah, 12 here. YouTube is weird. It just bounces back and forth. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Mark brought home some groceries, so I'm gonna help him put those up and sit down and rest my throat. I've been talking to my daughter all day, and when I don't see her for a few days, yeah, you're popular, absolutely. Then, I just sit there and me and her both, we're just like this. So you'll have fun trying to keep up with us when we're both on here, and she's gonna be on a couple of times this month. So anytime she wants, I've told her she can be here anytime she wants. But yeah, she's gonna be here. She got the list of the shows that I'm planning to do that I already know I'm doing. And so she was gonna go through them and see which ones she wanted to be. Yeah, for good reason she's popular. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna go, guys. I love you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you again tomorrow. Twice, I think, tomorrow. Pretty sure. So check those schedules because I can't even remember what time I'm coming on right now. But I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set